About to sneeze. Got a big whiff of lacquer thinner on my hands. 3. Oh man. It makes the top of your, when y'all sneeze, is the top of your mouth itch? John! What's up, dude? Hello, Brian. John, what are you working on? More black and chartreuse crankbaits to sell to bass fishermen south of the Mason-Dixon? Or a crankbait that looks like a box of Fruity Pebbles for the northern gentleman? Deep diving stick bait. Sounds interesting. I smell walleye fillets when I hear that. Caught you driving. Uh-oh. Daniel, what's up? Ryan Thiel, how goes it? I figured out one thing I really don't like. These guys. I thought I didn't like the resin shads. And then I realized that these matte finish Spros, when you sand them, because they're matte finish, you can't see where you sanded. So you would have to use, like, if I wanted to do it the real pro way, I would spray a guide coat on there, and then I would sand all that crap off so I could see where I sanded. I don't want to do that. I'd just rather sand it 6 times because I'm paranoid that I didn't get everything. So I just sit there and do the same thing all over again. From the beaches of St. Croix, Max, you win the exotic place we're all envious you're at award. What's up, AJ? What's new? Painting wiggle warts. I got a box of oldies I got to paint. I'm looking for a snot rag to blow my nose because it's running from sneezing. I don't see one. I used to have one right there. It's been confiscated. There it is. Excuse me. Clear coating. Nice afternoon for it, I hope. Nice and warm. Are you clear coating and listening at the same time? Are you going? A high of 5-degree Minnesota. Yuck. I thought Hella said y'all weren't getting, I guess he said y'all weren't getting any snow. He didn't say it wasn't cold. But I think he said it was, when everybody else was getting pounded, he was snowless. It's 32. Crispy 32. Great clear coating weather. Slow that stuff way down. You would need a extra fast hardener for spraying in 32. Manufacturers probably don't recommend it. But AJ, whenever I hear we're having a heat wave in the wintertime, I think of grumpy old men in the newscaster. Is it cold enough for you? Oh, shut up, fat ass. We got snow. No snow doing the pounding, but we did pick up an inch or so. Now it's cold as balls. 60 in the paint room. AJ, where does the heat come from? Are you sucking it out of your house or something? How do you keep it 60 in there when it's 32 outside? If you're venting all that air, where's the air going? Where's it coming from? 9? Ouch. The high today is 50 here, or 50 something. Kyle, you still snowboarding? Small campfire in the corner. I light myself on fire. I used to do that. I used to run heaters in my paint room. electric heaters, but it was only a 10 by 10. Didn't take much to heat it up. Or what I could do was I could run my AC. I had one of those little R2D2 portable ACs. I could run that thing, and rather than vent the exhaust out of the room, I would vent it into the room, and I would turn the AC to the highest temperature and then let the exhaust blow back in, and the exhaust was usually like 100 degrees, and it would warm it up. Hey, John, my wife was in Montgomery today. Wonder if they cross streams. Paths. Crossing streams is like the Schwartz. Got back in last night. You didn't break anything? You came back in one piece? I'm always fearful of us middle-aged guys going on skiing trips. You always hear Sonny Bono. That guy. He wasn't that old. He went skiing. Hit a tree. Sang his last note. Hummed his last tune. And then tree to the head. Not good. But yeah. Don't like these anymore. I got some of these. The ABS Wade Hogs. I guess this is what this is. Toxic. You know what's incredible about this? Remarkable, in fact, is the Chinese people who made this lure went to such great detail in the paint that they matched the rattle can overspray that was used originally. So this bait originally from Toxic would have been sprayed with a rattle can. Well, rattle cans don't have a smooth overspray. The pattern on it is pretty typically. I guess you can get really fancy, probably nozzles that spray pretty decent, but the ones that were used on these were not. So you would get some rough oversprayed edges, and they matched it apparently, which is pretty cool. On the tractor. I hear you. Vince, what's up? Mom's got taken out a few years ago by a beginner skier and tore her ACL, MCL, and cracked her tibia. Yeah, like stories like that terrify me. I don't want to hit the slopes because there's all kinds of horror stories like that. He did. He did. Like, if this bait was, if they would have base coated it instead of making it semi-transparent, if they would have base coated it white or bone and rattle canned it, I don't know that you'd be able to tell the damn difference, honestly. Besides looking at the joint, like if you look right there, but even then, that's not like the greatest tell in the world. It's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. It's pretty accurate. Pretty damn accurate. Right down to the spray pattern, which is cool. I thought it was, at least. All done in the USA? No way, Jose. No way. Let me read. You think he paints them? Let's see. Let's see. Toxic. Toxic baits, ABS weight hugs. Let's see. He gets them clear and paints them. Let's see here. Surely he would say that in the description. This one doesn't look like this one. This one looks like Caesar painted it. This one on the website is like squeaky clean. Can't see it, but it doesn't have, and it's not masked. So maybe this, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe that's a new thing. The new and improved ABS Wade Hogs is here. It doesn't say anything about that. I would think if I were painting them and I were him, I would put, you know, hand painted in the right here in the US of A. But these ones on the website, there's no, like this one he didn't paint because there's no masking on the bill. The bill's clean. So this would have been a factory paint job. This one has been masked. So this one he painted. But this on the website, he did not paint. This would have been a manufacturing paint job. I guess you can only pick one color. They only offer one color. Interesting. Weird. What else this dude got on his site? Enter. I haven't seen that in forever. A button that makes you enter the website. Oh, they have an ABS Junior Hog. I didn't know that. That's new. Let's see what it looks like. No colors in it either. ABS Wade Hogs Junior Chartreuse and black. What's going on with this? That one's factory painted. Huh. Weird. Very weird. He had a couple batches painted, some in a batch of the lip wouldn't stand. Yeah, I remember when that was happening. All the lips were breaking out of them. Not good. Not good when you go to all that effort and you're so excited to get your brand new ABS bait because it's going to get you out of the hole and you're going to be able to not have to make stuff. You're just going to have to be able to sell stuff and get it in the hands of people that want to use them at an affordable price. And then those people get them and the lips break out of them. Man, what a nightmare. What a nightmare. I felt when I started hearing that, I felt for him. So, man, you know, because I know how excited he was to have that. And that was like a step out. And then it was all the way back down. Bobby, yes. What's that other company that's making the fake speed trap? I've looked at that Junior for an hour, fighting the urge. Jeremy, you might need it. You might need it. No. There's Hank Cherry's pumping them. I think the guy from Brian's Bees was behind it initially because he initially sold them. And now I think it's another company, like it's got its own name. Fixed all the lips himself. Interesting. That's a lot of lips. That is a lot of lips. Let's see. How would I find that? Fake speed trap? No, I guess I could look up Hank Cherry speed trap. They probably call it like speed demon or something. Bloody Thumb Lures. That's it. Bloody Thumb Lures. Bloody Thumb Lures. So they make the bait called the Speedy. No, they're just bringing back discontinued stuff. So they've got the Speedy, and they've also got the Mikey from Jackal. So they have had that bait reproduced. A lot of people like the big Mikey from Jackal. And then they make the Speedy. They don't make the Speedy. Some Chinese person makes the Speedy for them. But hey, they got a pretty sexy tomato shad. But I was wondering if anybody's actually tried these. Oh yeah, they do have the egg, the Bass Pro Shops egg. Huh. I mean, it's pretty cool that they go back and get all these made, but on the other hand, it's kind of lame. Especially when they have this for sale on their website. Nobody in the history of man is going to take you serious when you're trying to sell them the trout glider from 10 years ago. Nobody. Like, any legitimacy is out the window. And those baits aren't the most terrible baits on earth. But they're everywhere, all over Amazon, eBay, wherever you want it, Temu, Alibaba, AliExpress, all that. Dang. They made the big lipless from Allen. Wow. They haven't missed much, dude. I'll give it to them. They've dug the depths of stuff to remake, but they've got some really shitty swim baits. Like, they need to quit shopping in on AliExpress, because half of the stuff they've got on there is that. But they've got some good stuff. The egg, I guess that's pretty cool. The speed trap. I'd like to know what the accuracy. Yeah, that's the other thing, Jeremy. I think you're right. I think the trout glide was $10, and now they're selling it for 17. The Bass Mooch Midge, maybe. I don't know, dude. I can't keep up with this. Let me see. Daron. Because now somebody else is doing it. So maybe they changed their name from Bloody Thumbs to Bass Mooch, because the Bloody Thumbs page has a color that's a Hank Cherry signature color. So maybe they're the same people. I don't know. They're different, but they're the same. I'm not so sure about this. This is really confusing now. Hank, which is it? Is it Bloody Thumbs or is it Bass Mooch? Cherry Bomb. Yeah, the Bloody Thumbs has a color named after Hank Cherry. So I'm assuming he has something to do with this one. This is the Bloody Thumbs crankbait for $9.99. Now, if you go to the other page, the Bass Mooch, They have the same bait, except it's painted differently. Speedy helps win the classic. So he threw the Bloody Thumb one in the classic. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, that's what's weird though, is they're both Hank Cherry speed traps. So they have to be the same people. Like the people behind the company, they took probably somebody took they probably had somebody invest in Bloody Thumbs, brought in somebody else with some money, and started Bass Mooch, which are all terrible names. But and then they ramped up the Speed Trap. What else do those people? Bass Mooch. What else do they sell? One step below warts. I haven't ordered any Zorro spinnerbaits. Brian Latimer joins the Bass Mooch team. That's exciting news. Not. Baits. Hard baits. Let's see what they got. They have a Bones 1.5. Wow. Bluegill's pretty horrific. I mean, these just look straight out of Alibaba. Nice work, guys. Nice work. I bet they're in stock. Oh, how nice of them. Hard baits. The Midge S. I don't know if that means small or shallow. Then they've got the Alibaba special swim bait, which could be the oldest knockoff swim bait in existence. This one has been floating around Amazon and Alibaba for decades. You could be the proud owner of this thing. The Rocky 4.5, you can have it for $4. Look at this bait they designed. Wow. Wow. They must have a really good designer working at Bass Mooch. The Reflector 115. Huh, I'll be damned. Huh. Wow. Whoa. That's sweet. Holy shit. I would definitely order that piece of shit over a Super Spook from Heddon. For sure. For sure. What's up, Clay? I'm just looking at Bass Mooch. I realized they just mooch off Alibaba. Alibaba generic catalogs. No, they just I don't know. Bass Mooch ain't hitting on much. I don't know why people think like they're way late to the game. Where people think they can just like find a lure manufacturer, browse their catalog, find a bait, pick out 10 paint jobs, and like people be wooed by it. That would have worked 12 years ago. That would have worked a decade ago, maybe. Before AliExpress, Alibaba, Temu, before all that, but people know now. You know what I mean? Like they know where this shit comes from. They know what cheap crankbaits look like. Like I could get on a million not a million, but there's, you know, quite a handful of manufacturers that all have catalogs, and you can go through, browse through their catalogs, and there's baits that nobody's necessarily seen. I could order one of those baits, pick them in like whatever colors I want, and they'll send them to me. But they look like shit, and I could show you the 6 cents ones that they didn't design, that they pulled out of a catalog. If you're really curious, that big top water, they didn't design that. Anybody could have bought that bait. It was in a catalog that this manufacturer happened to have as a stock bait. What they did was they bought the bait and the rights to use it, and nobody else could. But anybody could if they would have shopped it. I thought it was ugly. Are there reputable blank companies out there? It's hit and miss. There used to be. But I feel like everybody's like everybody wants to have everything rather than just get a handful of things that are great and like just shop all the blanks and figure out the best ones. They just want to have everything because all their competition has everything, so they feel like they need to have everything their competition has. And I don't think that's the way to go. So you don't really, I don't think there's any, in my opinion, I don't think there's anybody that's like, it used to be Dinger. Brian used to always have, he didn't have all the blanks, but he had good ones. And he would like, he went through and he like checked the blanks, and he did quality control, and he just had a handful of blanks and they were all great. But he's not around anymore. He sold his business, and then the guy ordered a bunch of other shit that I don't know is as I don't think he's going over everything with a fine tooth comb like Brian was. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody that I would trust to go through their whole catalog of baits like I did Brian's and know that it was going to work right. If Brian sold it and I bought it, I was confident that it was going to work right. But I don't know that there's a person that does that anymore. Unfortunately, they all sell the same shit. Yep. So, and I don't know that anybody cares anymore. Honestly, like if somebody wanted to order, like if somebody was like, "Man, I just want like the good stuff." I don't. Obviously, I don't think anybody cares. Like the guys that are buying these things. Talking about like crankbait blanks, Sean. If there's anybody that has like good blanks, and there's a shit ton of good blanks out there, but there's not anybody that sells nothing but good blanks. I don't think. Like I think any blank lure seller, you're liable to get a handful of models from them that don't perform like they're supposed to. So I don't know. Where's AJ? TK would only be selling like 4 blanks. Exactly. But you could bet your sweet ass that they would be perfect. You know what I mean? You get a 1.5, 1.5 DD. Probably get apparently I definitely wouldn't get a 2.5 because I went in with Brian AJ on 2.5 blanks, and he was like, "Hey, you want to piggyback on this order and order some 2.5s?" It's like, "Sure." Are they the good ones? He's like, "Oh yeah." It's like, "All right." So I think it came from the same people that made those badass 110 blanks. That's from the same manufacturer, and Popper, yeah. So I got in on his 2.5 order, and I forget how many it was. It wasn't 1,000, but it was maybe 500. And dude, I could not sell those damn I mean, yeah, it was a 2.5. Nobody wants 2.5s apparently. I loved them. I love a 2.5. Apparently, I'm the odd guy out. But yeah, I had 2.5s for years that I couldn't. It wasn't that I couldn't get rid of. It's just they were just so slow to sell. Like nobody wanted 2.5s. Brian, he owned Dinger Baits back in the day. He's up in Minnesota. He's up in the cold country. Um, need a guy with no affiliation and tells what actually works best. I'll tell you what I think works best. I try to. Uh, Especially, I wish I had all the blanks in front of me and I could tell you what was good and what was bad, but I don't. Um, they intimidate people. Apparently, uh, I throw more 2.5s than 1.5s, but wasn't always that way. Yeah, I like. I don't know. I mean, a 2.5 ain't that damn big, but I think a 1.5 just makes people feel uh, warm and fuzzy. I can bet your ass one thing is that if Tacklecraft is coming out with a crankbait next week, it ain't gonna be a 2.5 or a 3.5 or a 1.0. Probably be maybe a little bigger. Something in between a 2.5, or maybe it'd be something between a 1.6 and a 1.4. I don't know how you get the I don't know how you take the intimidation factor out, but even a Bossa B3 ain't that big. Like you catch dinks on it, but you can catch a big one. I think that's the difference in like a 2.5. That's what I like about a 2.5 is that you can catch keepers on a 2.5, but I think your odds of catching a 5-pounder are better with a 2.5 than a 1.5. Like I think you catch all the same fish, all the same little fish maybe on a 2.5, but you have a better chance of catching a bigger one. That's just my humble opinion. And I'll throw a bunch of little stuff, but I like the 2.5. I got sand baits. I'm running out of time. I might have to take these home for a project tonight. Get the same bites, but it casts better. Casts better, catches bigger fish. What's not to like? What's not to like? Probably easier to find because nobody buys them. I don't know. What's the deal? Why are people scared of 2.5s? Got kind of ranty today. But I wonder if anybody would be ballsy enough to send me one unit of each of their blank crankbaits and have me review them. Doubtful. Doubtful. Like the Brian's S crank. Yeah, he had a good S crank. His what do you call it? His New Year's crank. No, hello. Not unless you want to hear a rant about bass mooch and bloody thumbs and Chinese knockoffs. You get flamed by the Createx crowd. Yep. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. This bait's awesome. I caught 100 fish on this thing. I bet you did, bro. I bet you did. I have to order them. It's fair enough. That's fair enough. I don't really feel like doing that though. You're right. AJ's correct. The cockroaches would come out. And all those cockroaches I was talking about from the old days that would like to tell you what color eye you should have painted on the bait, or what color dots you should have put it on, or what color the belly should have been, or all the armchair painters out there and bait makers, they'd come out of the woodworks to defend their glorious 69-cent 1.5. And I don't think I have the I don't have the energy or the time to tell all those guys to eat a dick. I don't know, Clay. I don't know if the mooch is good or not, but apparently you can get the same bait from Bloody Thumb. I'd like to know though. I mean, if it's I've got a lot of old dimpled speed traps, and I didn't think the new ones were that bad, but I haven't done any like side by side comparisons. I'd like to know if the Bloody Thumb, Bass Mooch, Midge, whatever. I wonder if those are good. If you like if anybody likes throwing if you're a guru, like the title says, if you're a speed trap guru and you've tried that, we'd like to know who it was. But who ripped who? I think it's the same people, Clay. I think they are one and the same. I think Bloody Thumbs came first, because if you look at the Bloody Thumbs website, they have a 2020 Hank Cherry signature color called the Cherry Bomb. So I think they came first. I think they had an investor come in, try to ramp up sales of the speed trap. They already had the manufacturer. They got new paint jobs put on them and sold them under a different name, Bass Mooch. But I'm pretty sure they're all those interminglings are the same people. Doc Stalker, Long Beach. Hope you're safe over there. Away from any flames. But that's my story, Clay. I don't know what the real deal is, but I think that's how it goes. Oh, I need to list baits. I haven't done that yet. What the fuck is the Mooch? It's called their speed trap is called the Midge. Bass Mooch is the company. Their speed trap is called the Midge. Bloody Thumbs, their speed trap is called the Speedy. I think the Speedy came first. This is just my theory. They started selling that, Hank Cherry, and the guys, the Brian's Bees guy, got out of, I guess he got tired of making balsa baits and wanted to sell speed trap knockoffs, clones, what have you. And so he started doing that. And then I'm guessing somebody else came into the picture, threw a little revenue, threw a little capital at him, and they started Bass Mooch, and then they started selling the Midge. Bass Mooch brand is too dumb for me to want to pay attention to them. Yeah, have you looked at their website, Hella? It's awful. Was browsing for a crank and glide rod. What'd you come up with, Doc Stalker? What's in the mix? Who's in the hunt? Sorry you came in late to the stream, Doc Stalker. This wall used to be filled with beautiful crankbaits, and I took them all down. Now they're sitting here in boxes, waiting to get put back up. Nope, and don't plan to. Hella, you're a little salty towards the moochers, bro. You're not a moocher? You're not a bass moocher? You don't have a bass mooch tattoo? There we go. There's a bass. I needed a bass. 8-foot Dobbins. Yeah, you got a lot of stink with Dobbins these days, Doc Stalker. But popular rod, correct. I don't know. I guess it just depends on who you ask. But like I said, I'm a Powell guy, but I use all the old Powells, the old Maxes. So I haven't bought a rod in forever that wasn't a original run Powell Max. So I'm a little out of the rod game. Bass Mooch feels very cosmetic, probably lipstick on a pig. Yes, very much so. Likely they want to launch a clothing brand but need some tackle to do so. Maybe. We rock a lot of the Phoenix and iRods. Yeah, iRods I know they've always had good rods. Phoenix, they're I know a lot of people use their blanks. Quality rod. I don't think you'll mess with any of those. Are you gonna try and go jiggle one in a store? Or are you just gonna go cowboy style and just order it without touching it? Just go rogue. Where's Josh Heron? Does he have his rods? Probably get you in on a Tato, Doc Stalker. If Josh has his rods, his are badass. If he were here, he could tell you all about it, but he's not. Josh, tell us about your swim bait rod that you designed. Stop lurking and come tell us. It's made in the USA too. What happened to the Tato drop? I don't know. I keep forgetting. I always forget he had rods made. I think he ran into grip issues. Like something was wrong with the grips. The wrong material, the wrong color, the wrong something. I think he had to go back and do that. Probably go wiggle some. Yeah, I feel like it's always a smart move. Go in there and jiggle some tips. Poke them on the ground a little bit. Poke somebody in the throat and let them sing a cappella. What other methods are there for somebody to try and tell you how sensitive their rods are? The one where you put it on somebody's throat and listen to them talk was always a funny one to me. Here, man, put this thing on your throat. Or here, Hold this. Listen, feel the vibration, man. You can feel a mosquito land on your line. Poor shit. Eric, we jiggling tips, wiggling rods over here. Uh-oh, my wife's calling. She must have heard us talking about jiggling tips. No, Eric, not an ice fisherman. Never done it. I want to, but I don't want to do it the fancy style. I want to do it grumpy old men style, in an old shitty cigarette smoke stained shanty. I want to do it in a shanty that's stained yellow from tobacco and smells like Winston's and Schlitz. Bobby, yes, they did. Dobbins did have a little stink in the air. I think they shit canned everybody at their office in Fort Worth or Dallas. Hold on, let me talk. What's she talking about? Excuse me for 1 second. They had a few of them. What are you saying? Her house? What are y'all doing over there? Okay. Sure. Mm-hmm. Okay. Whatever. Okay. Okay. Love you, bye. And he's trying to take the girlies on a field trip. Will the rods be affected? I'm sure customer service will be affected. I'm guessing. I don't know. When you fire a whole division of your business, it's got to be affected. When you're short 60 employees or however many it was, 50, 40, 30, 20, whatever. So it seems like a lot of people. Hella could tell us. The Berkeley snap jig with a missile bait Ned worm is money through the ice. No. Wouldn't know. From what the dealer said I work with, told me customer service has tanked. Yeah, that's usually what goes first. That's usually what goes out the window. So my assumptions would probably be correct. So you got to factor that in. If you jiggle the tip a little too hard and you get a little snappy, you might have some issues. Phoenix customer service is a pain now that they're not down the street anymore. They're in Texas. It does suck. I don't know. Who's got the best customer service in the rod game? I've heard some horror stories about Powell. So I wouldn't recommend them. I love their rods, but I use all the old ones, so I don't have to deal with like warranty or anything. So it's not like it matters to me. If I break one, I just go find another used one. Why buy a company only to make it worth less? I don't know, Clay, how that big game like that's played, or why and some of the reasons they do things, but I don't know. Never understood it. Why do you want to buy a company and then make the company shitty? I'll ask Chase Anderson. Tell me again why you decided that it would be a good idea for you to own bass and run it into the ground. I'm sure he thought he like that dude just seems like he was just like it was just like rich kid that like had some money to buy and like he wanted to be boss of something. Like, oh, we'll buy bass. Okuma, yeah, I've heard a lot of people like Okuma. Uh, Ugly Stick has by far the best. They've never had a request. Yeah, if you have a rod that doesn't break, you don't have to deal with them. My dad's got some ugly sticks in there, some little ones that he like crappie fishes with and like speckled trout fishes with. They're badass. Spinning rods. I'd buy one. Uh, it sucks they had to let those people go in Sulphur Springs, but they had a facility an hour away. What was the point of that, I wonder? I mean, obviously they needed it at some point. Maybe they didn't. Nobody wanted to move. That would be not good. Uh, Not a swim bait user, but Shimano is releasing a new line of swim bait rods. Probably duped him with the record numbers. Probably. He probably looked at the amount of people showing up at the Classic and was like, holy shit. 700,000 people went to the Classic this year. Next year, projected 900,000. I wonder if they were telling him about his because for as long as I can remember, they have claimed bass membership at 500,000 bass members, and that number hasn't changed. But I'm pretty sure. Uh, I'm pretty sure that number has changed. It was by Gary's house. It's convenient. Huh. Wonder why Gary didn't close it. Wonder why Gary didn't see that as a. Already have to bounce. Keep tips jiggling. All right, Eric. Take it easy. Keep the tips jiggling. Keep cranking your hogs. You think the great split was delayed into the sale to Chase or the other way around? I don't know. Good question. You think him and Boyd are in cahoots? Dockstalker. Mobile, Alabama. A lot of this tackle craft got started in. I won't say got started, but I feel like I did some of my best work when I lived in Austin. Lived in Austin, Texas for 6 years or so, 6 or 7 years. Then I moved back here. Was born here, raised here, but I feel like I did some of my best work when I was in Austin, which is easy because I was around people that were uh, creative and uh, doing kind of the same thing. Not the same thing as in fishing lures, but they were just, creative people that didn't want to work for somebody. Sounds like Gary had a verbal agreement with GSM to keep sulfur, but when Platinum Equity bought GSM in October, that deal was thrown out by PE leadership. That's what Hella hears on his radio. That's what Hella heard on his CB. Get reds, redfish, or rednecks. Bryce told Gary this would happen when GSM took over. He really believed they wouldn't. I'll trust Hell over anything else related to Dobbins. Agreed. Hell is the go-to. Redfish. No, too far north. Too far north. But apparently there's some ponds or lakes that down towards the coast that are a little bit inland that are fresh water, or they're brackish water, but they lean on the fresh side, and pretty good bass fisheries that have redfish in them. So you could just be heading out there on the lake and just see a school of redfish come up eating shad, like schooling, big ones, like bull reds. Pretty wild to think. You could be throwing your spook out there trying to catch a bass, and a big redfish come up in the middle of the lake and eat it. I paint them, Doc Stalker. Paint them. I don't make much. Made a swim bait. It's called the native gill. If you go back to Hellabass's channel, you can see him smack one off a dock and break the tail off of it after he catches some quality fish on it. It's a pretty good video. But that's the native gill. Hadn't made those in a while. Don't really like to. Any 5XD? No, I mostly deal in balsa these days. So if you're a fan of like old school classic balsa wood crankbaits, I'm into those. Marty Burns builds them. He's out of Arkansas. I paint them. Got a good little thing going, but been doing these. It's what I enjoy. But I kind of got out of the, and I've got stuff I paint. Like I've got some stuff down here, some just older stuff that I like this Hot Lips, this little Hot Lips from Lure Jensen. I found this and stripped it down. I'll repaint it. But I've got that. I've got a couple old Bandit 100s that I'm gonna paint. The really old ones that are all butyrate plastic without the clear build. Got an old Norman middle end, one of my favorite baits. I'll find stuff like that and I'll paint it. Throw it up on the website. Let's see what else I got. Got some Bomber Flat A's I painted. Norman Big Ends. Another Bomber Flat A. Just stuff like that, whatever I got laying around. There's a damn Lucky 13. So, you never know. Never know. I got all kinds of wild stuff. Those the 4 feet, 5 feet. And we got this one's modeled after a 1.5 DD Lucky Craft 8-foot diver probably. But Bobby, you want to see the sexiest milky plastic of all time? This is the sexiest plastic of all time. Morgan, you hadn't missed much. We just been shooting the shit about Dobbins, jiggling, wiggling tips. Not a whole lot. Just shooting the breeze. Rebel We Are? No, that wasn't a We Are. That was. No, I won't. I won't. You know what I'm going to do with it? I'll show you what I'm going to do with it. I'll show your ass what I'm going to do with it. Hold on. Let's see if I can go back that far. I'll show your ass what I'm going to do with it. And I've already done it. And you know what I've done. As Epic Eric would say, you know what I did last summer. Holy shitballs, these are sexy. Good googly moogly. I outdid myself on that one. Man, sometimes you just look back at these things and say, all right, where are we at? Where are we at? I'm still looking. I'm still looking. Man, that was sexy too. That frog dream pop little. Pretty fun to go back and look at this stuff and think, man, what a banger. No. Getting closer though. Getting closer. That thing was wicked. That one. That's pretty nasty. Y'all never saw these. My cheetah pumpkin seed. There's a lot of stuff y'all don't see. A lot of sneaky stuff. I mean, those were nasty. Let's see. Where? Here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. There it is. There it is. That's what we're going to go for. A Weber Shadrach? Shadrach and a Bendigo? I don't know what that is. That look like the bait we don't talk about. That's exactly what it is, actually. Bobby, that is the bait that we shall not discuss. I have one in the package over there. Mint, bro. You got one in the pack? Look at that thing. That was a Christmas present from my buddy out in Vegas. This could be my favorite package of all time. I love that package. Y'all never get to see what's on the real back wall. That's where the real juice is hiding. Everybody used to think the juice was over here. The real juice is out of focus. Straight from the Pharaoh's tomb. That's right. That's right. Clay, when's the next fishing expedition? I know one thing. I hate sanding baits. Thought that was just boogermans and beeves. Nah. I do have a damn. I pulled up my. This was all my boogerman heads that I had stocked, and that's when I realized that I needed to use up some of these things. I also didn't realize how many of these I had. Man's Thai Classics, 3/4 ounce. Got a bunch of those. Got a bunch of those. Did I ever show you all this? The Tacklecraft Custom Boogerman. Did anybody ever see that? That would be pretty cool if a feller came out with a buzzbait like that. Took my cousins out this weekend as a guided trip by me. Didn't make a cast. Ouch. If you had to paint my B3 in one color, what would it be? If I had to paint a B3, Tennessee Shad. Maybe with a hint of chartreuse on it somewhere, like white chartreuse. You know, it's one of my favorite colors. That's very rare, and it's not something that you would throw if you were to acquire these because they're rare and valuable colors. But I forget the color code of it. But it's like a chartreuse Tennessee Shad with the Bagley crawl marks on it. Dude, those things are so sexy. I'd probably do that. We trolled double-bladed A-rigs and caught some fish, white, largemouth, smallmouth. That's pretty fun. What was the water temp? I think, you know what's funny, Clay? I saw, that sounds like I was on fishtips.com and I saw Milliken make a fish tips post. He must have got on his fish tips. Is that where you got that from? I know you on fish tips. I saw you on there trying to barter. Milliken, I ain't gonna give you $30 for that spot. I'll give you 26. Take it or leave it. Builder dude, how's the weather? $54. That's pretty warm, dude. You should still be able to catch them on top water at 54. That was pretty resourceful of you, Clay. To pull the troll card. That was smart. A lot of people wouldn't have done that. They would have just picked out backlashes. Or bird's nest spinning rods. Cold. The road's still dicked up. Builder dude. Claude, how you doing? Didn't chatterbait have a buzzbait like that? Which one? Like a head knocker? I don't know. I don't remember it. Like Rad Lures or Z-Man? I don't recall. Like I said, I haven't shot for buzzbaits in a while. I did that too, but luckily we got some pretty instant success trolling and it's less hectic. Smart. I think I own one A-rig. What kind of A-rig you using these days, Clay? It's a good A-rig. They still does Booyah still make that good one? Or whatever company it was? Our main roads were cleared over the weekend and we had 9 to 10. Man, that's a lot. Not the main roads. We're supposed to go to Austin this weekend, according to the wife. I haven't been there in some years. Amazon specials. H2O has a new one. 6 Cents has a decent one. And the Flash Mob Jr. Yeah, the Flash Mob. That's one I was thinking about. Good name. Good name. Hey, there you go, Darius. Give Darius something to fondle while he sits in his recliner and looks at the snow. You still got snow on the ground, Darius? Flash Mob Jr. is clutch for the price, hard to beat. Yeah, that's what I've always felt like that was the best deal going for an A-rig. But I don't A-rig, so. If you said I'll pay you $1 million to show me an A-rig, I don't know that I could do it. You're going out there Thursday and Friday. Get them spoons sharpened up. Is that what you got on the menu, Darius? You got 16 spoon rods ready? Oh yeah. The clear A-rig. It was just called a chatterbait. It's out of Indiana stuff from the pack, and it was a head knocker. Isn't that something else? Hey. I've been throwing that clear tornado innovations A-rig for a while. Kind of nice to not mangle your wires. Spoon, A-rig, and crank. What do you reckon the water temp's sitting at right now, Darius? You think you're in the 40s? The kid who made it did a video on how he designed it. What thought into it. Yeah, it's a cool concept. I much rather, just for peace of mind, if it's durable, I much rather throw something that was at least a micron less invisible. I could see it making a difference. Because a damn A-rig is a lot. You caught it on the clear one, Morgan? It seemed to hold up pretty good on the weed eater cord. Water temps here are hovering right around 31, 32. That sounds icy. AJ, can I send you these baits and have you sand them for me, please? You seem like you've gotten really good at sanding all these spros. So I just want to throw my baits in your pile, and you should be able to knock them out. Saxon Long hinted at that bait to me years ago. He was asking how Jacob's view was to deal with, and then everything to prototype. Why would he need Jake? I guess all the pieces. Did he have to have those manufactured? Like all the little clamps and stuff? Hey, when is that, Darius? Is that this weekend? Or is that next weekend? That's a big show. That's an exciting show. I think I used to paint some shit for Saxon back in the day. I know I talked to him like a long time ago, but I don't know if he bought baits from me or what, but I had dealings with Saxon. He was a nice guy. Tim, maybe it's you. Maybe you can shed some light on what's going on in the speed trap world. Starts the 23rd. The bean will definitely help me sand now. The problem is I don't want her smelling this nasty ass epoxy dust, so she doesn't get to sand. 4 days. Yeah, I guess what's his name will be there? Jawjacker. What other balsa guys will be? Bobby Balsa. What other balsa makers will be at the East Tennessee show besides Jawjacker? JP, what's happening, dude? Just sanding baits. Tim, what's up with the Bloody Thumbs / Bass Mooch speed trap clone? Are they worth a shit? Or should I just go looking for dimples on eBay? JP, what do you know about the Bass Mooch or the Bloody Thumbs? Anything? Waterwood? Grizzly, what's up? Scott York, what's happening? We're talking about, Scott will know. Scott, can you please inform us about the difference in a original dimpled speed trap versus the Bloody Thumb Speedy or the Bass Mooch Midge? All right, Tim. So here's what I believe is going down with those. So Bloody Thumbs was started by Brian, the guy from Brian's Bees. So he kind of got out of the balsa stuff, had a mold made of a speed trap. I'm guessing an old pre-Rapala speed trap. Started selling these plastic crankbaits, speed traps. Called it the Speedy. And I think it's under the Bloody Thumbs bait company or something. Well, then I think somebody else came into the picture and wanted to ramp up production. Started Bass Mooch, and they sell one called the Midge, but it's the same like speed trap clone. Nobody knows anything about this. They're doing a really shitty job of marketing. Composite, or do like me and just buy cheap graphite. Plastic is different sound. They run pretty much the same. I've watched them in the pool. The older ones can be cranked a little faster. Okay. So, not clones. Yeah, it is a direct knockoff, or I guess it's not a knockoff. It's a direct make of a speed trap. So I'm guessing the guys really like the pre-Rapala ones. Said we can do that. We can redo those and get the same action. Apparently, they just remade the one that you can buy now. I've seen the Mooch one for several months, but the Fruity kills it. Yeah. So JP, I think they're the same people, right? I think Brian from Brian B's originally got the urge to do the speed trap, had it made. I think somebody else came in, threw a little capital in the party punch bowl, and they started Bass Mooch separately. Because if you look, Hank Cherry is associated with Bloody Thumbs. It has a color called Cherry Bomb. Well, he's also in with the Bass Mooch people. So I think they just took the Bloody Thumbs bait, and maybe the Brines guy was painting those here and just ordering the blanks. And now the money guy came in and said, screw that. Let's just pick some colors, have them manufactured and packaged in China, and we'll order a whole damn shit pot of them. I think that's what happened. They look good. I mean, looks like a speed trap. Nothing to get chubbed up about. But I was curious if they did any justice to the old one. I guess not. So I have quite a few of all of them. I purchased several from James Marshall. He has a wooden speed trap. I have one I built, I got my dad to carve, actually. Oh, he's got a blank. I was ahead of the curve, boys. This is a Balsa speed trap. My dad carved it probably 10 years ago. And I put plastic eyes on it, and then I ripped them off out of rage. But this is an old handmade speed trap. I mean, we nailed it. It looks like a damn speed trap. I don't know what it's sealed with, but it was good. Here's a weird one. I don't know what this thing was supposed to be. Look at that. That was one the old man was just freestyling on. This is kind of cool. So this is an RC 1.5 that I bought on eBay years and years and years ago. And I thought it was a sexy bluegill paint job. That was the only thing I ever wanted back in the day, was just bluegills. If it was a bluegill and it was custom painted, I was buying. And your old boy Jimmy Etter painted this. And me and Jimmy got to talking years and years later, like 15 years after he painted this bait. We were talking on the phone one day, and I said, "Hey, 1 second." And I sent him a picture. I said, "What do you think of that bait?" He said, "Where'd you get that shit?" I said, "I bought it from you on eBay when I was like 22. He was like, "No shit." I said, "Yeah." He was like, "Yeah." I said, "You painted that, right?" He said, "Yeah." Jimmy used to paint under the name Bait Ink. That was a Bait Ink bait. I think this is a Tim Hughes Balsa B2 that he repainted. Great, great crawl, I will say. Great crawl. We'll put the treasure chest up. We'll put the treasure chest up. The Bass Mooch one is 3/8 of an ounce. All right, so they made it a little bigger. That's interesting. So they did something different. They upsized. Or is it the same size body? They just made it heavier. No, that was a Bagley original series B2. A repaint. The bill does look short because there's so much epoxy on it. Like the epoxy comes so far down the nose, it makes the bill like that long. Heavy epoxy. Very heavy. So it's probably like a subwort now. Eric, whose podcasting will you be doing next? You're making the rounds these days, looks like, bro. Who's next on the radar? Who else has been recruiting you to go on the circuit? Hey, Nasty Nate, what's happening? Dang, I've been on here an hour and a half. I go home and get something to eat. It's the same length, just made it heavier. How's that? How's that perform? Typically, that doesn't work so well. I'm assuming it dives deeper. Same length, just made it heavier. Susquehanna. How was their fishing extravaganza? Eric? Do they have a good turnout? Just smallmouth crush. Just Travis. I want to know about the Susquehanna. Susquehanna? How do you pronounce it? Susquehanna? Susquehanna? Hannah? How do the locals say it? Susquehanna? I saw JP on your story. What's he doing up there? Tim, that doesn't help me. I would say that Susquehanna. Is it Hannah? Like the girl's name? Clay, you might like the mooch then. Or the midge or the whatever it's called. Let me go back up. A hit. I got to think of a different name to call a hit so we can. The hitman. The hitman says the bass mooch is 3/8. So the bass mooch might be what you're looking for. He was in Hershey working on some chocolate packing machines. It sounds like something he'd be doing working on a damn fudge packer. Working on a damn fudge packer. Susquehanna. Anna. Anna? The speed in. How do you like the speed in? Is it a worthy adversary to a speed trap? It's the Midge S silent. I don't know. I need to come to you for these type of questions, Scott. Susky. The Susky Fishing Expedition Expo. Hand like Hannah. Like hand. Susquehanna. Susquehanna. Not Susquehanna. Susquehanna. Okay. Like the girl. Susquehanna. Does it make me sound like I'm from the South when I say Susquehanna? Or does that just sound wrong? Speed ends go deep. I really like it when I can't decide between which frit side I want to throw. That's understandable. I feel you on that, Clay. Did you see anybody else, Eric? Any internet trolls or lurkers or people from the chat? Did they have any fishing celebrities besides yourself there doing guest appearances? Also, Eric, while I've got your ear, send me some damn colors for these things. For these little epics. Greg DePalma, Chris Johnston, Jay Securit, and a bunch of River Rat homies. So a bunch of your old stomping around pals. Did they have any bargains that you couldn't resist that you had to clear racks to get the deals? Zoom fish farms, 2 for $2. Got another sneeze. There's Amy. Hold on, guys. Hello. Hey. Yeah, she was. I think it was from I think it was from being outside around the grill last night. Yeah. Didn't buy anything. Oh, I was talking to the campers. No, she had it this morning. What do you know? Oh, yes, Scott. I haven't done. I just keep getting sidetracked. Here's the two little nubs. Hey! There's the sexy ass brown one. And there's the little blueback looking thread finny. I tried to match an old color I did on this one, and it was very, very light back. I got it pretty close to the old color I used to do, but it was, yeah, Lexan, baby. For all the rock grinders out there, Darius, don't recommend that, please. I don't want to go through that again. Don't make us sit through that. What did I miss? Eric, you need to go pack your bags and go to the damn East Tennessee fishing show. You'd have a ball down there, bro. I want to go. Eric, you go. I'll pack up and meet you. Which no, I can't. I'll be in Austin. So he's doing more of these. Eric, you're doing more of these exact same ones. I want to do these now because they're here and they're getting sanded, and they were my work order this week. So these need to go. And then I'll start on the other stuff. The full size Epic. Didn't I just do those? You're going nuts with the Epics, bro. Been trying to figure out, Scott. Scott, I'd like to meet you down there. That'd be fun. If anybody goes to this stuff, like travels from out of town, any of the campers, let me know. I'd like to know because I'd like to go. Oh, I thought you were selling those with these. I gotta say, the fact that Aaron has a signature bait and cards on Marnie is legendary. The Epic Shad. Pretty cool bait. It's definitely unique. Definitely unique. Scott, I think we all missed it. Who knew? Eric's sneaky now. Built another batch. Apparently, Bobby. Apparently, Eric dropped them in the middle of the night and told 2 people about it. Sneaky. We should all make plans to go next year. That would be fun. That would be fun. What would be better, the East Tennessee show or the Classic? Eric, big mistake. Don't do that. Don't do that. You'll regret it. What colors do you want to see? Oh, I take it back. Y'all flame his ass. Let him know. What do you want to see? And we will paint exactly what you want to see. Let's do it. Let's roll the dice. Let the people decide. Foil war sheds. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. That has never been done. I could do it. I could do it because I could do like a Sun Granny base and then do the warshed scales over the top of it. That would be wicked. I might need to do that before I leave this place. That might need to be done. I can sleep 5 and possibly 6 if you like a camper shell. I like camper shells. Morgan, you know, I've sat around and I've often thought of, that's how my mind works. Like, all right, everybody's done everything foil wise. What hasn't been done? What hasn't been transferred to foil? And I looked everywhere but in the mirror when I should have and said, you know what? I've never done a foiled warshed because I don't want to, but it would be stupid. I might have to do that now. I don't think I'm going to be foiling anything anytime soon. How far of a drive is Knoxville for you guys? Knoxville's probably 8. Let's see. Knoxville, Knox Vegas, Knoxville, Tennessee. It is a 7-hour and 13-minute drive for me if I leave right now. Or I can drive up through Atlanta and it'll take me 9 hours. But it looks like I can just head up 65 through Birmingham, Gadsden, go by, pick up Josh, and hit Chattanooga, and then straight on up to Knox Vegas. 13 hours for AJ? That doesn't seem like that long, honestly. 6 hours from Knoxville. Daryl's 4. Knoxville is basically ground zero for the crankers. For the wood aficionados. Tim, have you ever been to the East Tennessee show? I like the look of Sun Granny, but never had a lot of luck on them. It's interesting. Why it would make it like compared to just chartreuse. You could almost do a foiled warshed in that time. Yeah, by next year, maybe I should set up a booth uh, at the East Tennessee show, a big tackle craft booth, and just have one crankbait there, a foiled warshed. With no price on it. Just sit there. And just sit there in a chair and let people walk by and be like, what's this? Bro, let me tell you what that is. That's a foiled warshed. Like, what is that? That's what you're looking at. Can I buy it? I don't know yet. I'm trying to decide. I'm still deciding. Not right now, though. Come back after lunch. I might be feeling a little froggy. Only 6 hours from Bobby. Never been to the show. Go to Knoxville every 6 months to attend a seminar. There you go. So it's nothing for you to swing over there. That would be sweet. I need to go up there and set up a booth and sell the rest of my T-shirts. Got a lot of T-shirts left over. I need to get rid of those so I can. I need to run an ad, a T-shirt ad, an apparel ad, and get these things gone so I can have new designs made. I've got ideas, lots of ideas, and I need to scratch the itch. Bobby, I can't think of any wood bait makers from like far up the East Coast. Nobody comes to mind. I'm sure there's a couple, maybe. Sell some anti-forward facing garb. I only have pro forward facing garb, believe it or not. I guess it's kind of neutral. Scope or die. It's neutral, right? AJ's right. We did talk about this one year. So just go and set up in the parking lot and sell barbecue we made and baits, hawk them out of the back of our trucks, which would be pretty sweet. Just set up a tent out there and make it like a tailgate session. Come out there, get some barbecue, get some of AJ's bacon and muffins. Still yapping. Yeah, Amy called and said she was her and the girls were going somewhere. So I'm working late. There used to be someone that posted baits from New England. I can't remember his name. Yeah, nothing that always come to mind. Beer will be there. Dude, I bought a weird beer last night. I was at the grocery store by myself, and it's one of my favorite pastimes is to go kind of later in the evening after the get off work crowd goes, going at like my favorite's right before they close, like an hour before they close. But this was at like 7, and there wasn't a lot of people in there, and I was cruising around, and so let me see what they got in the single beer section, and they had this like chocolate peanut butter porter coffee beer. So it's cold outside. That sounds kind of good. Have a little coffee flavor in there, and I got that and popped the top on that, cruising through the neighborhood on the way home. I'm not usually into those, but it was pretty good. It hit the spot. Like the guys in Vegas selling water, but when you get close, they have $1 beers. Those damn peddlers they're clever. They're clever. Scope or die would be the one, and then $2 beers in the cooler on the low. There you go. Hey man, shirts are $10. They're 12 and they come with a beer. What? What? No. You can't crack them in the store. You have to wait till you get the parking lot. But they do sell. They have this whole rack of singles where you just buy beer. I thought about it when I was walking around the store. I was like, I wonder if I could just open this and drink it while I shop, which would have been way cooler. New Glarus Brewery makes a coffee stout. I don't know. I was in the mood for coffee, and I was in the mood for beer, so I just bought one to try, and it was pretty gross, but good at the same time. I wonder if the little mall cop would have come over and said something to me. Hey man, can't drink beer in the store. Sorry. They should let you. They should. Anything good on like a porter or chocolate stout on occasion? That was my once last time I had one of those probably a couple years ago. So my tri-annual chocolate coffee peanut butter beer. Y'all found anything good on the YouTubes lately? I've been good but gross. Sounds like a girl you knew. Probably shouldn't be wasting my bandwidth on the stream, slowing down my last YouTube. Oh, hello, they can wait, bro. They can wait. The Visor gang can wait. They're patient. They're understanding. Watch John B on Whatnot. Dude, he sells garbage for insane money. I thought I was going to get on there one night and catch a deal. I think it was his first time he was doing it or second time, and he was up at that house in Maine, and he was like, "I've got this old shitty Chronarch." I'm like, I think this will go for cheap, because I was waiting on him to put a Scorpion or an E7 or something up, and I was like, "Dude, I'm gonna snag an E7 or a Scorpion cheap," and he threw some shitty reel up there, and it went for $300, and they didn't even cost that new. I was like, what is up with these people? And the guy was like, "Hey, will you autograph my reel?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm in the wrong place. I am in the wrong place." He's like, "Here's 3 shitty pointer 100s with rusted hooks. Tyler, you got it. $78. Yeah, I'll autograph your baits. No, bro. So I guess the John B. Guggen lifestyle is still good. He's still a little fishing celebrity. Which is good. I'm glad. Guggen's want to get John B. DNA to clone him. Yeah. You know why? Because he's human and he's relatable and he's not a douche and people like it. Yeah, I don't know where I think Lake Fork dude, quality human seems to be. But I don't know where he went astray. Something happened where his channel just seemed like it. Maybe it was just him trying to follow all the trends of like the catching cooks and like just trying to like gain steam and get views, and it just kind of backfired. I don't know. It's hard, hell. I think I paid about half that for the ones I have. Tim, it was like everything that was on there was ridiculous. And and it was funny because like I know he was like, "Holy shit, this is too much." But every time something would sell, he'd be like, can I give you something else?" You know what I mean? Can I throw something else in your bag? Yeah, I think that was the rub, Morgan. Maybe it was like the Lake Fork guy fans weren't into Guggen, and then the Guggen fans weren't as into Lake Fork guys. So when he kind of moved to Guggen, the crowd kind of fell off. That was before Guggen, and then the Guggen kids, like the younger crew, they kind of more related to other ones, so they just kind of left him. They left the old guy hanging. Uh, like Fort guy did with Zaldane. He went from legit to sold out in an instant with a Guggen deal. Yeah, I think that's what seems like it happened. Is that he had he had a big fan base of people like us, and then he went to Guggen and we quit paying attention, and then when nothing but the young dweebs were left, they left him holding his dick. But it happens. It happens. And now you can't go back, right? Like it would be really hard for him to like regain all of us that liked him on the early days. Who's this kind of old dude? Yeah. Who's this old dude like talking about like mortgages and bills and stuff? Like, ugh, gross. Gross. This guy is not dope. This dude's sus. Family guy who loves to dangle, not interested in turning fishing. I think we can all agree he's the most relatable. Yeah, he seems like a super nice guy. Like he seems like the one that like wouldn't disgust you if you like hung out with him for an evening. You know what I mean? I think John B would be tolerable. Like he would be a decent human. But like I feel like you could everybody could get along with the Lake Fork man. Oh, that maybe that's what he should do. He should rebrand his channel and get rid of Lake Fork guy and grow into his channel and be Lake Fork man. I think that's the answer. I'm no marketing guru strategist, but I think it's time for a rebrand for Lake Fork guy. Maybe he could be Lake Fork Geese. That'd be pretty sweet. Lake Fork Gramp. What's his views up to? I mean, what's his I mean, he should be up to like 1 million followers, right? I saw him way back in the day, way before the Guggen dudes ever caught steam. His boat was at Big Cedar at Table Rock. Somewhere between the Outdoor Boys and John B. Yeah, but not as interesting, I guess. Painter Gramps. Painter Pawpaw. Painter Pops. I don't think there will be a. I don't think there will be a. I don't think Painter Pawpaw will be around. I won't be Painter Pawpaw by then. Definitely won't be Painter Pawpaw. Won't be in the biz at that point. Eric, you will not get to see that because that will not exist. It's always weird when you see like a pro or like fishing celebrity's boat like out in the wild. You're like, damn, that's like the rig I've watched on TV. That's it. That is it. I don't know, Eric. Not painting baits. I don't want to do this shit forever. I'm pretty sick of it now. Because of this. Once TK is a grandpa, he'll be babysitting the grandkids, telling them old bee war stories, pretty much. Yeah, Builder Dude hadn't turned into Builder Gramps yet. Yeah, Garrett caught a really your spinnerbait trailer tip. Tried the trash bag and it looks legit. The old trash bag trailer. Gotta get super grumpy. I feel like I'm well on my way for that. I don't know. I've chilled out a little bit. I'm still getting pretty. I feel like early on when I first started doing these streams, it was like all built up rants. Like it was like a rant every couple days. I feel like I've chilled on the rants. I don't get as ranty anymore. Occasional. But I had a lot on my on my chest. Found your retirement piece. Now you need to get a job to afford it. Correct, AJ. Get out of this shit while you can. The bag idea was genius. Never would have thought of it. Now everybody needs to contact the Guggen Squad and have them do videos on if they can catch fish using a trash bag. The Bebe mellowed me. The Bebe certainly has made me more anxious and filled with rage. The bean probably mellowed me. Bean probably did. Yeah, I don't know if I started doing these little camper talks pre-kid, but it was probably about the same time. Yeah, Clay, steal it. Go get your milli views. Hello. Eric, you made a YouTube video about it with Manson? Your trashy ideas. Maybe that'll be part of the Legendary Lakes tour. You go in a grocery store and buy like some snacks. I mean, we can write this shit out, dude. It's already happening. You go in, I can see it. I can see the film now. You walk inside. You got the camera guy. You go buy some snacks and some Gatorades and bullshit for the day. You throw the shit in the boat. You're idling out. You're rigging up your spinnerbait, and you're like, "Oh shit, dude!" He's like, "What? I didn't bring my trailer box." It's like, "What? I didn't bring my trailers. I don't have a trailer to put on my spinnerbait." And then you look down, and it like shoots at the trash bag. So let's chop it up. And then it shows you. You're not gonna believe this, dude. What? Trash bag. I mean, that would be like quality production. Drop shot the trash bag. The trash bag is growing legs now. It's going to be infinite what the trash bag hack's going to be. I mean, why couldn't you just chop up a trash bag and wrap it around your spinnerbait head and make a skirt out of the trash bag? Trash bag skirt. Trash minnow. It's growing. It's growing, Eric. You need to go copyright all this shit. I want a signature trash bag bait. If we can, if you will allow, Eric, I want a signature trash bag bait, and it's going to be called the dirt bag, and it's going to be a jig trailer for pitching where we all like some bushes we all know. Away, long way, long ways away, many moons away from where the scopers live. We're a small population of scumbags. That's my other bait. It's my frog. It's my topwater bait. That's my topwater trash bag. The scumbag and the dirt bag. 2 tackle crafts. I'll sign it. That's going to be my 2 signatures, though. Soak a piece of cloth in scent. The cloth doesn't have as good a ring to it. Scumbag's the one. That'll be my topwater. Dirt bag. I like those because those are terms I use in my everyday life often. You finally have, no, I still don't have a signature. It's different every time. It is different every time. Don't have one. Just sign it like I sign baits now. Or if I sign one of those credit card machines where it makes you sign, I just draw a line or an X. Try it right now. Really put me on the spot, Eric. Are you trying to get me to practice my signature so when I sign my soul away for the trash or for the dirt bag and the scumbag, it'll be legible? See, I don't even know. That's usually what it looks like. Something similar to that. I need some like Zell Roland art. There you go. Technical Crafts. TK Stanley. Cursive K. I don't even remember how to write. I've written in capital non-cursive letters like print forever. Yeah, I don't even know how to write in cursive. No clue. There's your little cursive up here. Yeah, that one is pretty standard. The second signature is probably about accurate. It's still all the TK and the S are all the same, but the Tanley, stuttering Tanley is what I don't have a grip on. All caps printer. Yep, that's me. It's because of my dad, because he was, I guess, in construction class. They had to write like that, and I always liked the way he wrote, so I wrote like that. Yeah, Eric, you're gonna have to. They're gonna. We're gonna have to get a biodegradable trash bag. You're gonna have to get some like Whole Foods trash bag or some shit, some Trader Joe's trash bags, because the environmentalists will break our rods. Dad writes incredible for a guy that dropped out in the 7th grade. It's funny how that works, isn't it? Butyrate trash bags. Oh, dude. I wonder if there's trash bags on eBay. Like 1980s Piggly Wiggly trash bags. Butyrate trash bags. They don't make the trash bags like they used to. That's for damn sure. You gotta get that 70s trash. Let's see. Let's see what's on eBay. Vintage trash bags. Plastic. Is that what I want? Vintage plastic trash bags. Condition used. Hefty cinch sack. Tall kitchen. Uh-oh. I bet these are legit, bro. Vintage McDonald's. Good time tastes great from the 80s. From Mars, Pennsylvania. Those ones from Mars are definitely the juice. They flow a little different. Oh. How ironic. A don't litter plastic trash bag. Interesting. A smart Clay. Smart man. A lot of colors out there. Scented trash bags. Ooh. Eric, I think Eric caught a Eric caught a dirty 30 up there on the St. Lawrence on those Gain flavored bags trailers. Those are his juice. You gotta have the Gain scent. I really got pee. I wonder if the dog's got to pee. I bet the dog's got to pee too. Let me get out of here. I've been on here damn near 2.5 hours. I'm almost done though. Eric, send me the colors, bro. But I gotta get some paper. Some paper. I gotta go. I gotta go eat something. I'm hungry. You gentlemen be good. I think it's a cross-scented bag, possibly. Y'all keep the ideas. Y'all keep the creative juices flowing. You got them going now. You got to keep it alive. If you get a good idea, write it down. Email, maybe. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. It's already 6 o'clock now. Probably going to be tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. All right. Adios, bros. Y'all be good.